So I'll tell you one story that did happen to me that was kind of traumatizing, but ended up being really interesting. I had started going to this esthetician who was supposed to be helping me with a scar on my leg. And somehow she convinced me to try her facial products, which were anti-aging products. And I was actually very excited about this. So I did it, the products were great, it was fabulous. But then she asked me about another product that was supposed to help with the discoloration on the side of my face. And I said, no, that's like natural contour, I'm good with that. Well, she convinced me to try the product, and I did. And about 3.5 months later, I was about 5 shades lighter than I am right now. And I asked this woman, I was like, is there bleach in this? And she was like, no, there's not. She lied. And it was one of those things where my complexion was not returning to itself. So everybody in the media was saying, oh, Meagan's bleaching her skin, oh, Meagan doesn't love herself, oh, Meagan this, oh, Meagan that, oh, Meagan this. And it was the first time in my life where I couldn't defend myself. So because I couldn't defend myself, I realized I may be stuck this way. There may be nothing I can do about it. And in that time, when I realized if nothing ever changes, I have to know how much God loves me. I have to know that it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. I have to know where God says that I'm going is exactly where I'm going. And everything else is, as you were saying earlier, noise. So as I drowned out the noise, and this was around COVID, it was the first time in my life where I realized that this traumatic thing that was happening was actually an answered prayer. Because in that time, I realized I can't care what anyone else thinks. So I became free. And once I became free, I started to fly. And once I started to fly, I started to soar. I say all this because every single part of our journey, there's so many things that happen that are meant to derail us, that are meant to make us think something different than what God has already told us. It doesn't matter what happens along the journey. Every single thing that happens along the journey, even the horrible things, in a strange way are kind of a blessing because they give you the ability to use those experiences and the platform that God has given you in whatever it is you pursue to be effective and to speak life into other people. I'm gonna leave it there.